If Kountry Wayne writes a book, it will be a bestseller. Kountry has a very interesting life, and he admits that God took all of his wrongdoings and flipped them. Famously known as Kountry Wayne, Wayne Colley was born on the 9th of December, 1987 in Waynesboro, Georgia, U.S. He became a viral sensation back in 2014 through a YouTube video. Kountry is an American comedian and a social media personality. He never went to college, but he did do his high school in the Jenkins County High School in Georgia. Kountry Wayne is a name that always makes it into the top 10 comedian actors in the social media industry, and he has a net worth of about $2.2 million. He can make more than $10,000 a month, and it can go above $100,000 a year. So, here are 10 things about Kountry Wayne that you might not know about him. He started as a rapper, and he also hosted a lot of shows, but ultimately he knew that stand-up comedy is what he always wanted to do. Being a father at a young age added a lot of responsibilities to his shoulders. He was only 17 years old when he had his first kid, and by the time he was 22, he had 7 kids and 4 baby mamas. Kountry Wayne grew up in Midland, Georgia. He was only 11 years old when his mom passed away, so he stayed with his father for 6 months, and then spent another 3 years living with his grandmother, and then ultimately he ended up living with his cousins permanently. This life meant that he would have a lot of freedom. Switching houses meant that no one would be with him, and he did not have a clear figure he could look up to, and so he made a lot of mistakes in his life, and soon he had to discipline himself. Most of his relationships were not that serious, which also meant that he would have the freedom to do whatever he wants. 2 of his kids have birthdays 4 days apart, and this goes to show the kind of life growing up. With so many responsibilities in life, he knew that he had to do something. He has lived that corporate life, also has done 9 to 5 jobs, and he was also in the military. This goes to show the struggles that he has been through to get to where he is right now. When Kountry Wayne was working hard, one of his daughters was in the orphanage, and he could not live with that. He worked so hard, and now he lives with his kids in a mansion. Kountry Wayne might hold the record for the fastest divorce in history. Starting as a comedian, his first show was in May 2015, and even though it was the first show, he got paid for it, which cannot be said for most comedians when they're in the initial stages of their career. There was a time when someone stole money from his condo. Kountry was very open about it, and he added that it was the time when his finances went up. He trusted her with everything, and he also mentioned that she knew his passwords. He was glad that it was only $15,000, as it could have been much more than that. And after someone does that, there is no way they're going to come back. During the pandemic, Kountry Wayne went broke. He was left with $13,000 on him. Now, he knows that it still is decent money for an average person, but then he has 10 kids to feed, so his monthly bills can go up to $70,000 a month. He can make about $700,000 per tour, but the pandemic caught him off guard. But he was glad it did, as it reminded him of where he came from and made him realize that he has to grind again, the way he did to get where he is. After being down to $13,000, he was back on track, and then he made $7 million by the end of that year. He credits it all to his tours and the internet. But mostly he gives credits to the internet and all the passive income from all of the content he puts out. He said he understands the YouTube algorithm and he can make $1 million with just 10 videos, regardless of anything. His social media alter ego might be funny, but looking at his life, we can see how far he has come. He is a great father and a great content creator. He is blessed. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more and don't forget the bell. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you in the next one.